All right.
I should have worn my army hat.
Now I got to hold it up a little bit here. Okay, I'm started in 8 seconds into it. Full name and when you came into the Army, when you left the Army, where you live now, that sort of thing.
Wait a minute. My legal name or my name when I came in the Army?
Oh, let's go with your name when you came in the Army. We'll do that.
Ann Richards. Excuse me, start over. Ann Warren. Ended Fort Devens September 6, 1945. And I was here for 6 weeks, and I was transferred to New York.
Okay. And let's get your occupation and all that for the military.
I was in physical therapy, second lieutenant. Had no basic training. Just went into the hospital and did hospital work.
How did you end up were you already certified as a physical therapist?
I graduated from Bouvet School of Physical Education in May of 1945.
Okay.
It was a certificate in physical therapy.
4-year program?
3.
3-year program.
3-year program with certificate.
All right. In the time you were out at Devens, what were you doing here then?
Physical therapy at...
Level or station?
I was trying to think of the name at North.
The North Wannabe Station Hospital now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had two hospitals, North and South, and I was stationed at North.
And what kind of patients were you getting? Who were the people? Were they back from
We were
Europe
taking care
or
of orthopedic problems from World War II.
All right, so they were all combat veterans coming back?
The majority were combat veterans or from diseases acquired in Europe.
All right.
Diphtheria, paralytic diphtheria, that type of thing, or polio.
And was there you talk about diphtheria, polio, was there any issues with any of the staff that you were aware of that got these diseases?
No problem.
No problems like that. And why don't you tell me again about the POWs you had wandering around?
The POWs did what you and I call scut work, washing floors and mopping, waxing floors. Also, they were used as orderlies. We were not allowed to fraternize with them, but they all seemed like very nice young men.
And how were they controlled or otherwise, security-wise?
I have no idea. They came to work same as we did.
Okay.
So I don't know who watched over them.
How was the pecking order for the military staff in terms of your position?
Well, we didn't have much of a pecking order because our chief was a first lieutenant and we were all second lieutenants.
Okay.
And the chief was classmate of my sister's, so that was very friendly.
So it was an all-female organization?
Oh yes, okay. All females.
Okay.
Men were all used for the battlefront and needed for the heavy work. There were no male physical therapists or nurses or dietitians. Orderlies and doctors were men.
Right.
But
were there any female doctors at all?
Yes.
And about how many did you
I have no idea.
But you saw them around, so there were some.
I knew they were there, but I didn't work with any of them.
Okay. And can you tell me just about being around the post? Where did you live? Did you live in the nurses' quarters right there by the hospital, or where did you live?
Yeah, we had offices, barracks. In those days, the women had their barracks, offices, barracks, and the men had theirs. We were separated. And you could visit in the day room. The gentleman could come and visit you, but you had to meet them in the day room.
Okay.
So we did a lot of off-post activities. We did roller skating.
All right.
And we went to the movies, and we used to hike around just to see what was on the post. And then we used to go into air quite often and poke around the shops to see what they had for sale.
Okay, a lot of younger people are mystified about the technology of the day. Can you describe, for instance, radios, phonographs, how many people had cars, what kind of transportation, things like that?
The ladies were not allowed to ride a bicycle because we wore skirts, so we had to walk. A lot of the men all had their bicycles and they could ride all over the post anywhere they wanted.
And how about private cars? How many private?
Oh, no.
None at all?
No, none of us had a car.
Okay. How about bus service around?
They had good bus service on the post, so we could regular bus transportation around the post and into air.
if you wanted to get into Boston or
You
something,
take the bus into Air and then take transportation, the train or the bus to Boston from Air. I never did that. I'd go to Worcester,
all right.
and they ran regular buses to Worcester.
How about things like radios and phonographs and other
No,
personal
very
entertainment?
few people had a radio,
Okay.
and no phonographs.
In the day room, didn't you have a radio there or something?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
Actually, the first TV I saw was at Howland General Hospital out in Staten Island, New York. And I was disgraced because I was the only lady that went to watch the football game of New York Giants against Chicago.
But what that had
And
to
the
be
men
way
thought
into the
that
late
day
40s.
was for them, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a sports nut, so I went and watched that football game, and that was the first TV that I ever saw.
And what year was that?
That'd have been 1946.
Yeah, 46. Oh, really?
That was in
early?
a day room. Nobody had a private TV.
Right. Yeah. I was
And-
surprised it was even that early.
Up here at Fort Devens, I'm not aware of any TV.
Right. Okay. Phone service at the time. It's just more
In
trivia.
the barracks, zero.
Zero in the barracks. But if you made a phone call from the office,
You had to go to a
you have-
payphone. And there
But
were
did you go directly to an operator? How well could you dial into?
You
how
put,
how
put
far
your
was
dime
that?
or your nickel in the payphone and dial the operator, and then she got who you wanted, and then you had to add your quarters and your nickels and your dimes.
Could you direct dial local numbers?
No.
No, it was all through the telephone operator. Okay,
No, I take that back. I think you could dial local.
all right, all right. But so if you wanted to call Boston, though, you would have to call up and get an operator and get.
I think you could call your number.
Oh, okay, all right. Other activity. What else? Okay, you left Fort Devens. You went to New York. You said.
Yeah, New York out to Staten Island.
Okay. Can you give the whole full military career then? How the rest of it then?
From Staten Island, I went to the Philippine Islands, was stationed up at Clarkfield at 248th General Hospital, and then I was there about 2 to 3 months, I think, and then went to downtown Manila to the 13th Station Hospital,
Okay.
and then from there I went out after about a year and a half, went out to 10th General Hospital out of Fort McKinley, and then from May of 48, I came back to the States and joined the Army Reserve Program,
Okay.
and went on home and went to Tufts College for a year to get my bachelor's degree, and stayed in the reserves, and retired in 1984 as a colonel.
Oh, okay. So you stayed in quite a long time. All right. Yeah. All right. I guess that's about it.
Yep.
Thank you.